Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for hopping on the call today. Guess we'll still wait a few more minutes for everybody to be able to log on. Hope you had a nice day.
Hi, everyone. You're very, very welcome. I just see, so hi, Hamza, Jessica, Cameron, Laura, Saud and Abdul. You're all very, very welcome. I think we should maybe have one or two more people. So we'll just hang on now for another second or two. And just while we're waiting, everybody, do please make use of the Q&A and the chat as well as we're going along, because there's a lot of information to take in today. So understandably, you will have plenty of questions. So do please feel free to ask them, and we'll do our very best to answer them all as we continue on. Laura, sorry, Laura, you lost access to your portal. Okay. I'm not quite sure, Laura, what access is it? Is it to the Coursera website that you're referring to there? Maybe you might pop into the chat and just let me know, or into the Q&A. Okay, cool.
We maybe get started, I think.
Yeah, let's get started. It looks like everyone is pretty much with us here now.
So once again, welcome on the webinar today. So today it's myself and Amy that are gonna help you and walk you through the webinar. So first I will present the team. So that's the whole team at Coursera. Myself and Amy are working in the EMEA region. We also have Maggie and Munal that work for APAC, and Alba for LATAM, and Amal for the US. So that's the whole team. And if you guys need any help, feel free to reach out to either me or Amy for any questions. So our agenda for today is right here. So first I'll start and tell you a little bit more about the Grow with Google Scholarship Program and about the certificates we have available. Then Amy will walk you through the platform and do a live platform walkthrough. And then after that, I'll share with you a couple of tips and tricks about how to engage with scholarship recipients. And then lastly, we'll share our office hours with you guys. In case you need any help in the future, we are here to help. And yeah, at the end, if we have some time, we'll finish with a Q&A session. So yeah, just a quick little introduction for the Grow with Google Scholarship Program. Up until the beginning of 2021, actually, the Grow with Google program has taken place in the US. And as you know, we now have expanded to Europe, the Middle East, Africa, in Africa to bring this great opportunity to 60,000 learners from all ages and demographics with the Grow with Google program. And we are now helping all of those people to get job ready with the scholarship, and we're providing that service completely for free. So that's awesome. So on that note, on to the courses. And yeah, if you're, while we do the presentation, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to just pop them in the chat, and we'll try and help and answer right away. So yeah, so the Grow with Google program scholarship has covers 5 enrolled fields. We have 6 certifications that you can see here. And these certificates can be completed in less than 6 months. The great thing with the certificates also is that the learners don't need any previous degree or any experience prior to starting the course. They can just hop on the Coursera platform, choose a course, and get going. The courses are made to start from scratch and work their way up. During their learning journey, the learners will be able to have a hands-on and practical approach on all the themes they're learning about. The courses are made of videos, readings, little quizzes, and a little exam at the end of each week. And all of that is available on Coursera. So that's it for the certificates, and I'll hand it over to Amy to do a live platform walkthrough for you guys, so she can show you all the ins and outs of Coursera.
Thanks a million for that, Nora. And just to say to you guys as well, just if you haven't already received it, but we're going to be sending it in an email anyway after this session, is we're going to send you the full package, including the real detailed information in relation to each of the 6 certificates. So it'll include like all the key competencies and the job mapping as well. So yeah, I'm not sure. There may be 1 or 2 of you that may not have that information as of yet. So we will have that out to you as soon as possible at the end of this call. So now I'm going to take you onto the live platform, and I'm going to show you all the different features that you are going to be able to enjoy. So let me just have this for you now. Okay. So what you're seeing here is just a sample of, it's a mirror image of what your program is going to look like. So on the home page, to draw your attention to, so this is what we call the learner funnel. So it's going to give you a full overall holistical picture of the progress of your program at any one time. So for example, you'll be able to see the number of learners that have currently been invited to your program, the number of those learners that have joined, and then out of that, the number of learners who have enrolled. Now, just the difference, I suppose, between the two here is that the learners joined are those who have, when they've received their email invitation, that they have clicked through and they've clicked the Join Now link to basically bring them into the program. And then this cohort of learners here are the learners who've taken that one step further and they've actually enrolled in one of the courses, you know, and they've started. You'll also have here down along the bottom is some little nudges. So you'll see, you'll be able, that's a quick link to be able to invite learners. You'll also be able to have a quick link as well to our messages. So, you know, you'll be able to send reminder messages to different cohorts of learners as well. So I'm going to speak a little bit more about those now in a few moments, because there's a couple of different ways that we can do that. So I'm going to go then, so along the top next to your program page, we're into our Manage Learners tab. So I will click in here. And the good news about this is especially if you've only kind of come on board, if you've come on board kind of in the last couple of days, you'll have noticed some changes very, very quickly to this page. And in actual fact, the great news now for you guys is it's far more user friendly, and you certainly have a lot more access to information here as well. So that is definitely a positive. So I will, if we scroll down, so when you do click onto the Manage Learners tab, you'll see here there's going to be a number of filters. So the view that you come into is our Join This Program view. So this is basically going to show you all the learners who have currently joined your program. So you'll see here in this particular example, as I scroll down, we have 8 learners in here. What you're going to be able to see further along the filters is obviously the learner email address, when they joined your program, their last activity date, and the number of enrollments that they have there as well. So it's just an example of some of the high level information that you'll have access to there. But do bear in mind, we can actually change this as well. So there's actually a number of different filters in here. So if, for example, if I click the change view button, now what this is going to show us is, as well as the join the program, we can also filter this by those that who have been invited but have never joined, those that have enrolled but are inactive for the past 30 days, those that are inactive for the past 90 days, at least one completion in the last 30 days, and also you can track those that you've already previously removed from the program. But the two, I suppose, the most important ones to draw your attention to here are the inactive ones. And the reason we say this is because your licenses are reusable, what we recommend that you do is you just keep an eye on those two filters. Because I suppose, obviously we understand that for various reasons in life, different things can happen. That means that people, unfortunately, have to kind of maybe take a break from their study or whatever, completely understandable. But what you will find particularly is in this bracket here for inactive for the past 30 days is you might have learners who, joined, but they've become, they're not engaging with you anymore. Maybe you've reached out to them, you've sent them emails, and there's just no movement whatsoever. So in cases like this, we do have the option to be able to remove the learners. And what that means then is that as you're removing learners, you can start to invite other learners who are going to make use of the program. So, obviously we all want to see as many people as possible graduate through this, and take up this opportunity. So yeah, we'll have a look at this, and I'll just show you now what I mean. So if I click in here to the inactive for the 90 days, and I load up this view, now what we see if I scroll down, we have one learner falling in here that matches. In this particular example, again, it'd be great if we can all kind of keep it, to 0, but in the real world, obviously that's not always possible. So what we can do here is, let's say, for example, in this particular example, if I want to remove that learner, I can either remove it individually, or what I can do is just select all. And you'll see if I scroll across here to the right hand side, I have the option to be able to remove that learner. Now, just one thing to note here, and again, it's going to be obviously a decision for how you choose to manage your program, but there's two options when we're removing learners. So the first one is that you can require the selected learner to be re-invited to rejoin the program. And all this means is that if they contact you separately asked to rejoin, that obviously gives you the capability to be able to make a decision. Yes, you'd like to rejoin them, in which case you'll have to resend them the invitation to join. Or the other option, or second option, is that you're allowing the learner to rejoin the program without an invitation. Now, in this case, what will happen is that when you click the link and when you click that option and you choose to remove them, they will receive an automated email, and within that email is the link back into the program. So it's just giving them the opportunity to rejoin. So you may like to remove them that way. But what I would say just on that is, of course, if your recycling licenses, the only thing is that they can rejoin unbeknownst to yourself before you have an opportunity to sort of to block it. So just to be aware of that. Then what we can do is, I'm just going to take you up. So that's obviously the removal of the learners. So the next thing I want to show you is how we can actually invite them. So you'll see here again, we're in our Manage Learners tab, and what's now great about this new filtering is that it's a quick action. So I can literally just click our Invite Learner button here. And this is automatically going to take me into our different options. So two options that we have is we can invite learners by email address, or we can invite learners by sharing your program link by your entire organization. Now, just I suppose a word of caution on the second option is that within this, so you'd be sending it to the same email domain. However, what this will allow you to do is it'll allow your program link to be shared. And it just means, you know, if you've got somebody sharing and resharing your link, you do kind of lose control over the amount of learners that are joining your program. So what we do recommend is that you take the first option, which is just to invite them, invite by specific email address. So again, we can do this. We can invite learners individually. Or the good news is that you can also bulk invite learners, which means, let's say if you have 20, 50, 100, 500, that you can do it all at once. So I'll show you exactly now what's involved here. So I'm just going to download our CSV file. This will make more sense now in a moment. Apologies about my slow connection. Okay, I'm hoping you can all still see my screen and I'm still with you. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's have a look then at our to invite learners by individual email address. So I'm going to just click in here. Okay, literally, we literally need to invite a learner is their email address and their full name, and that's it. Which is great. So, and you'll see here as well is that you have the option for an external ID. Now some programs use it, other programs don't use the external ID. It really that again is a decision, you know, that can be made on a program by program basis. So it is optional. But the most important information is the email address and the full name. So if you've just got one learner to invite here, pop the details in. We then send the invitation email. So all that'll happen is that when you click continue and then you'll click send, that person receives an email to join the program with your own individual program link in there. Now, if say, for example, we have multiple learners that we'd like to invite all together, all we need to do here, you'll see here you have an upload CSV file, which we've just downloaded. So I'm going to open this up. And again, what we have is we have the email, the full name, the email address, and our optional external ID. So once you have all the details filled in accordingly, and again, like I said, you can keep the third column blank. But once all that information is uploaded, all I'm going to do then is I'll go back I'll click the upload CSV file. I'll pop it in there, upload it, and the exact same thing again is we're going to send the email message, and all I do is click continue, and the email then will go out to all the individual learners as well. I'm just going to ask, I suppose, as good a time as any, does anybody have any questions at this stage in relation to either the removal of the learners or inviting the learners? Okay, apologies, Abdul. I'm hoping that you can all hear me okay.
I think Laura had a question. Let me see how.
My Laura, okay. Or let me just see if I can allow you to speak.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Okay.
Sorry, I posted it on the chat. I didn't know who was allowed to speak, but basically I just wanted to confirm. Did you say that if someone is not engaging a learner and has never used the license or never came back and did their the setup of their profile, we can reuse that license for somebody else?
You can absolutely, Laurie. Yeah. So, you know, if you got somebody sitting inactive, we'd encourage you to do this is to remove them and allow that license to be used by somebody else who, you know, who will make more of an opportunity from it. So yes, we would encourage you to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure, no problem at
and
all.
I do have another question, but it's not yet on this topic. It's about accessing my portal for the scholarship distribution.
Oh,
I'm sorry. What happened with your portal? We didn't quite hear that.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I muted myself because I just wanted. So I did get an email invite from Coursera to access the Grow with Google portal so that I can distribute the scholarships. But we're also already, as an organization, previously had Coursera for our general members. Okay. And at first, there were two separate access dashboards. And now I don't see access to my Google dashboard for the Coursera, for the scholarship portion of it. Did it merge? Who can give me access to that? I've been emailing a ton of people and nobody's responding. And I'm panicking because I promised scholarship distribution today and I never was able to.
Okay, no. Laura, can I just ask, can you in the Q&A section, I think it's probably the best, can you pop us over your email address and we can follow this up for you?
I think you're still muted, but oh yeah, we got it. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Did we have somebody else there?
Yeah, Abdul had a question as well.
I think we've unmuted Abdul, have we?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Abdul, if you're happy enough there, you can please feel free to. Maybe.
You're muted.
No, maybe. Okay, maybe. Okay.
If you don't want...
it's okay. No, it was the same question as Laura. Yeah, okay, that's no problem at all. I hope that we have clarified that for you, Abdul, as well. Okay, perfect. I'll move on then if we have no other questions at this stage. So the next thing I just wanted to show you then was just very briefly, I'm going to switch over to our catalog tab just to show you in terms of, you know, your courses. So there's different ways of doing this, but you can basically literally to add your courses into the catalog, all that you're doing here is, sorry, we just have such a mix in here, but to add a new what we'll call collection is I'll just click on the collection tab. So let's call it Google Career Certificates. And I'll just click next and I'll show you what this looks like very quickly. So what you're going to see here is obviously the 6 specializations, but just guys to be very careful in that, you know, of course you're aware that each specialization is broken up into the individual courses, and what can happen sometimes is that a learner will only enroll in one of the courses as opposed to the full certificate. And when they receive the certificate after finishing one course, they are of the understanding that they've completed the entire thing. And sometimes that can cause a little bit of confusion. So what we advise you to do to avoid this in so much as we can is that when you're adding to your catalog, please ensure that you're adding, you'll see here, the professional certificates. And the difference is that it'll be written professional certificate also tagged here. So it's just something to look out for. So as an example, I'll just add the 6 courses. So I'm going to add the data analytics to our new collection, our project management, UX design, IT support, digital marketing, and then Python. And so when I've selected my 6, all I do then is I can just review and confirm. And this is what it's going to look like then for the learner. So they'll have the options in here. So I'll just click that, confirm, and now it's in your catalog. So if I just click back here, so here we are then, you'll see then what that looks like. Google Career Certificates, that's it down there. And then you'll see we've got the 6 certs. So that's where you can add your certificates, just to show you that. And now the other thing just to draw your attention to is within your program settings. So what we're now asking our admins to do is within program settings, you'll see here, of course, you have your program name. You have a tagline, which is optional. Now, believe it or not, when we run our regular webinars for the learners, what we're actually finding, and we get asked on, you know, every webinar that we host, there'll always be 1 or 2 learners who will ask us, who is my admin? So what we're trying to do now, I suppose, to help the learners and to support them, is we'd ask all our admins in here within the tagline, within their program settings, just if you can at all, put some form of a contact in here. So in this example, obviously, you know, we have the person's name and their email. But it's just another way, I suppose, of the learner feeling, you know, that they have that support. If they do have issues, that they have a name or they have some form of a contact to hand, that they're able to actually able to see. I'll show you what that looks like now. So I'm just going to switch my view to the learner, so you'll see exactly how this comes across. So I'll just switch and become a learner for a moment. Okay, so basically what I've done is I've just switched the view. Here is what your learner is going to see basically when they receive the invitation. So you'll see the program name, and now down here they have the contact. So it as I said, look, it's just a nice way for and a very easy access for the learner to know and understand who would be there for them if and when they needed assistance. And actually, while I'm on this page, I'll just show you or what we added here. These were the 6 certificates that we added. So again, this is how it looks to the learner. So I'm just going to go back on our view. So that was just a kind of, just in case you hadn't seen that before. So the other thing then that I wanted, so actually just on that, has anybody any questions on that, or did that seem kind of straightforward enough? Okay, Jessica, I'm just seeing here in the Q&A. So you have, who do I kind of make sure we have the proper people set as admins? Okay. So Jessica, I'm guessing you are one of the admins, but if I'm understanding correctly, that you would like to add additional admins, is that correct? I'm just going to try and unmute you. So, okay, let me see. Okay, you should be able to speak there, Jessica, if you can.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So I should be one of the admins, but when I went and clicked on the link that I have,
Okay.
the profile I have looks like a learner profile, not an admin profile for our organization. But when I was talking with somebody last week and we were going through it, I was an admin, so I don't know what's happened.
Okay. So
maybe I have the wrong login. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, I see. Yeah, no, I can understand the confusion because like some admins also registered themselves as learners. So you know they get the whole holistic view of what the platform looks like as a whole. So do you, or I'm guessing, Jessica, that you have one login details, so you're just using the one email address?
Correct.
Okay.
But what I had met one-on-one with them all last week or week before last.
Brilliant.
And I saved the link so I would remember where to go. But now when I log in, it's not the same.
It's not the same. Okay. Again, like that, Jessica, would you mind at all if you could just pop in your email address into the Q&A and we'll follow that up for you?
Yes, will do.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, if you pop that in, yeah, leave that with us. We will be sure to follow that up.
Will
do. Okay, and Laura, I think you have your hand up there. So I'm not sure if it's at my end or. It looks like, oh no, she's just apologized there in the chat. Okay, yeah, hopefully, Laura, we can get you back. Okay, we'll try and get you back. Okay, until we can get Laura back, what I'll do is I'm just going to show you guys the messages. So if you see here along the top, you're going to have the option for the messages. So I'm just going to click in here. Okay, so what you see is that the system has some automated messages already set up to send. These are going to go in the background, so there's nothing further that you need to worry about or think about or have to remember in terms of sending them, etc. That they're just going to happen in the background from the system. So what the first email that is going to go out is it's going to be an email to remind learners to join your program. So this email is going to be sent to all invited learners who have yet to join the program. And the cadence on this is it's sent 1 week and then 2 weeks since your original invitation was sent. The next one then that goes out is to remind learners to enroll in a course or specialization. So again, this will include learners who have joined but who are not currently enrolled. And it goes out on the first and the second Saturday since the learner joined the program. We then have one that goes out to remind inactive learners to use the learning program. And again, you know, this will include learners currently enrolled, but who've fallen inactive. And that goes out on day 10 and day 14 after the learner has enrolled. And then finally, there is an email that goes to learners who have completed a course. So it just includes all learners who have completed a course or a specialization, and that goes out to them automatically. Now, outside of that, you do have the facility to be able to send additional emails, okay, through the system. These emails you can customize yourself. So I'm just going to show you how we can go about doing that. So again, on the messages page, we got the create a message button. So I'm going to click in here, and we'll just define our audience as an example. So again, you know, the system will have default messages in here, but I'm going to show you, you can just completely delete them and enter in your own text. So I'll just show you that. So let's say, for example, you want to send, you know, a quick reminder to your inactive learners. So I'll just click that there, and I'm going to scroll down, and if I hit next, okay, so this is the default one. But like I said, you know, let's customize it. So, you know, we can change the subject title, and we can take out all the content. Now, just to be aware is that there is some character limits on this. So, like for example, in your subject title, we have 60 characters, and in your message content as well, you have close to 1,000. So, but you'll see here, you know, you can enter whatever text that you'd like to pop in, whatever suits you, whatever works. Just to draw your attention as well, that, you know, there will be a call to action button as part of your email. And the reason for this is just because it links specifically to your program. Now, what you can do is you can change what you call it. So in our example here, we have find a course, but I'll show you if I click my edit button, I can customize this. So instead of find a course, for example, we might put in join now. And if I hit apply, you'll see it'll just change, but the button will remain. Other thing then just to note as well is, you know, in terms of the sender name, like you can make it more personal. Like in this example, it's myself. Or what you can do is you can change this, and you can make it your program name, a team name, whatever the case may be. And also then you do have the option of a reply to email address. Me personally, because I'm sending thousands of emails from the system, I keep this off. But you know, again, it's entirely up to you guys, but you know, if you'd like the learner to be able to reply directly, you can just put that on, pop in the email address, and yeah, they'll have that option then. But once you've done that, I can then scroll down, and I should be able to preview. Oh yeah, sorry, I just need to put content in so it'll allow me to preview. Okay, so then what I can do is I can preview message, and again, your subject title will go in here, and your content in here, and then here's your join now button. And again, if you're happy with how that looks, all you do, click the blue send button, and away you go. And just to note as well, because this question has come up a few times, is that in terms of limit on the number of emails that you can send on the system, there is no real limit. So, you know, if you decide you want to send a couple of hundred emails a day, that you can do so through this system here. So have we any questions on that? Okay, yeah. Okay, I got that, Laurie. Yeah, thanks a million. Let me look into that for you. And okay, cool. And then just another thing just to note as well outside of the messages is there is a very nice analytics feature that it just kind of helps you, I suppose, to have a look at your learner activity and to be able to track the different things. So you'll see you can do it by learner activity, enrollments, completions, learner feedback, which is always nice. It's always nice to see that good feedback. But if I'm looking at learner activity, you'll see here if I scroll down, you can track it by learner progress. So, you can see kind of how many learners have been active within, well, date range, but we just say to you, just, leave it within as it is within the last 365 days. And then, the average days active within that date range. So again, you'll see some nice little graphs here. There'll be the unique active learners per week and things like average days active per week. And again, you'll have further information down here as well regarding course names and enrollment dates, etc. But that does then lead me on to which I won't go into detail today because I'd rather wait a couple of weeks until you have some active learners, your learners are progressing. But there are a number of different reports that you will have access to. And basically what these reports do is you can, we have like usage reports, specialization reports, and membership reports. And basically they're really, really cool in that it gives you a nice detailed view of learner progress, learning hours, completion rates, all those kind of things. But once we kind of have more of that data, then individually, we can do kind of one-to-one calls on interpreting that data, and how we can show you sort of how it's really beneficial for you in the program. So we can look at that at a further date, but just to give you an idea and let you know that it's there. And by all means, feel free to download it for your program to kind of have a look at what it is. But essentially, how you get this report is on your homepage. You're going to have an email usage report link. I'm going to click in here. Just to note, as a default, if you click the second option, just basically because it just pulls all data. Also, then you'll have options for programs. Now, some of you will have one program, others you might have 2 or 3. It's really going to depend. But if I click in here, that's they'll all show up. Sorry, there's just a lot of programs showing up here with the example I'm using. But if I just click here and I apply, and then what we always recommend as well is that if you just include learners removed from the program, and then all we do is we click this blue export button, and what that's going to do is I'm actually going to get an email of these reports sent to me directly. Now the system will say within an hour, but in general it only takes a couple of minutes to come through. Because as well as I suppose your programs are all relatively new, so you won't have like masses and masses of data, not initially anyway. So but yeah, no, it will only take a couple of minutes. As I said, and Nora's going to speak a little bit more about this in a moment, is we will share office hours with you. So in the next, we kind of recommend maybe in the next 4 weeks or 4 to 6 weeks, once the programs are active and we start to get this data coming through, we will run individual sessions for you guys on these reports. So yeah, we'll be reaching out to you about that. But I think that's kind of the main features for the platform. Again, I'll open up the floor if anybody has any further questions on the platform. Then do please pop them in the chat to us. And in the meantime, then Nora is going to take you through just a little bit on engaging with your learners.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Amy, for all those precisions and all the information. I'll just start and share my screen. So yeah, as Amy was saying, I'm going to show you how to engage with your learners. So first of all, if this is the first time you are going on the platform and Amy showing you was the first time you saw any of it, it is a lot of information, but we will send you an admin welcome pack, which will include a recording of this webinar as well as your admin guide. So you will have all the information you will need, you might be needing in the future. And if you forget anything, just go back to the welcome guide, the admin guide, and you have all the info that you need right there. Again, if there's anything that's missing, you can just come back to us, and we'll also be available to answer anything. It's also included in the admin welcome pack. You'll have a learner welcome pack that you can share with your learners, and in that there's a little bit more information about each specific certificate, with jobs that they can apply for, and also a little bit more info on each specific course. So something that you can do if you have a tech issue on the platform is reach out to client support. So the email address is right there. We'll also add it to our email. Client support is meant for you guys as admins. So don't share the email address with your learners. They have their own support channel as well, but client support at Coursera.org, that's meant for you guys as admins. And you can use that as you can see on the screen, there's a couple of templates that we're going to share with you. So if ever you need help to for removing your learners, correcting learners' names, or to identify some learners on your learning program, then that's who you can contact for those types of issues. So don't hesitate. They answer really fast actually, and they're really great at their job. So if you need any help, if you need any help, you can go ahead and email them. But again, don't share the email with the learners because they won't be able to help them with those type of issues. So something that we did notice is that the first 30 days are actually really crucial in the learning journey for your students. So do keep in touch with them and check on them regularly within those first 30 days to keep them motivated. So you can make it personal, like Amy showed you on the platform walkthrough. The emails, you can personalize them. You can change the text as you want, and they're directly you send them directly with the name of your learner. So try and keep in contact with them, reach out whenever you notice that they might become inactive, and encourage your learners to keep going with their courses. Yeah, that's something that we do focus on, is those first 30 days. Something else that you can do to keep your learners motivated is to host some study groups. So nowadays there are a lot of channels that we can use to communicate and chat, be it Google Meets, Facebook, Discord, or Slack. All of those platforms you can use to actually create channels for your students. You can also create a channel for a specific certificate, for example. That way all the learners that are partaking in the same certificate can log on, ask their questions, and feel included and feel like they are part of something. Because whenever you're learning, I don't know, it's different for everyone, but whenever you're learning something new, it may at some point become difficult. It is good to know that you can reach out and ask to people that are actually going through the same thing. So they creating a channel like that is a great solution. We have noticed great results for the completion rates when people actually when admins actually create those groups and enable the learners to go on them and interact. So yeah, that's also something that we advise. So next, Amy showed you again on the platform the automatic emails. So there will be automatic emails whenever one of your learners finishes a course, and also when they actually finish the whole certificate. But don't hesitate to reach out on your own and congratulate them on their progress, feeling included, and also feeling that that what they're doing is great is also something that is really beneficial for the learners and to keep them on the right course. So you can do so by sending them a quick message or a little email to say congrats. So when you start inviting your learners and you start seeing them engage, them going and finishing a few courses and then the certificate at the end, do keep a list of the people that actually finished the certificates and reach out to them maybe like a couple months after to see if they actually found a job or are making progress or have found that graduating from the Grow with Google program certificate has made an impact on their lives. And you will find people like that. If you get a success story, it's a great thing also to share with your newer students so that they realize that it's possible and that partaking in the program and making the effort to learn every day and that effort actually pays off. So do keep a list of the people that finished a certificate. Go reach out and see what they have to say. And if you do get a success story, that's a great opportunity to share that story with your students. Also, so the mobile app, the Coursera mobile app is great for your students so that they can learn on the go. We all have busy lives, and sometimes you don't have time to actually sit down behind a desk and takes the time to work like on a specific place. So if you have, we all have a cell phone nowadays. So if you do have a cell phone and you can download that app, that's a great way to manage your time. And actually when you're maybe out for a run or even just taking the bus or something like that, then you can also continue learning by using the mobile app. They can download the videos, answer the quizzes, and keep on progressing on their learning journey. Just keep a note that to actually complete a certificate, they will at some point need a PC or a laptop because there are some particular plugins that need to be downloaded and that cannot be done through the app. So yeah, to support your learners, so we're here to help, and we actually do that by running bi-weekly webinars. In those webinars, we will highlight the skills that can be acquired, topics covered in every time of completion about each certificate. We also do a platform walkthrough, but the learners platform walkthrough to get them comfortable with using the Coursera platform and making the best of all the features they have available. And we also share tips and tricks and best practices for a beneficial learning experience. So that's also something great that you can share with your learners. We do them bi-weekly, and everybody's free to hop on and have a listen. So yeah, to finish off, we'll share our office hours. So it's a great way to connect with us if ever you have an issue or you have a question. Don't hesitate to send us invite on our office hours. So myself and Amy, and we'll be glad to hop on a quick call and help you work through the issue or the question you had. So it's really easy to book a meeting with us. So as I said, it's in 4 clicks. So you just have to do that and we'll be on the call with you to answer any questions. And we will share this link in our follow-up email. So that's it for me. I don't know if you guys have any questions for us. So let's see. So Abdul, the learners we add will be billable or non-billable? Please clarify. Do you mean that they have?
I'm hoping that you can hear me.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Amy.
Okay.
Okay, so I can. We can.
Yeah, I'm hoping you can hear me. Hello.
We can hear you, Amy.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. Just in answer to Abdul's question there. Sorry, I kind of lost you guys for a moment, so I'm not sure if Nora has clarified this. But Abdul, you're asking in relation to the learners being billable or non-billable. Absolutely not. They won't be asked for any payment as part of your program. So as long as they've been invited to the program and that they've joined correctly through your link, they won't be asked for any payment.
Yeah, that's a great perk for them to take the Grow with Google program, is that they have access to all that content and that completely for free.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. And there is, especially I suppose for learners who decide to take UX design, it's really cool because as part of that course in particular, that they actually get a 12-month license for Adobe as well, which is really cool for them. So, all courses have various kind of downloads and plugins and that kind of thing. But that's actually like almost like an added bonus for that one. Just looking, I'm not seeing any more questions. I don't know if anybody else would like to. We have a few moments. If anybody else would like to reach out, please do. No, it looks like we have. Okay, well, that's great, guys. Listen, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that you found it beneficial. And as Nora mentioned as well, we will be sending through, along with the recording of this session, we'll also send you through the links. And also, as I mentioned previously, the more detailed information as well about the individual certificates themselves. And including in that, of course, will be the office hours. So at any stage, like we are here to make your lives as easy as possible. So please do, if you have any questions or queries, don't hesitate to reach out to us at any time. Just click on the links and choose a time that's convenient for you, and we can jump on a call and help you guys out as well. But yeah, thank you very much, and we look forward to working with you.
Have a great evening, day. Thank you.
Thank you. See you now. Bye.